Everybody talking about. Everybody talking about.
Yeah.
A blast, a bomb goes off in Gaza hospital.
Yeah.
And Israel is blaming, everybody's blaming Israel. And Israel is blaming this other group. No, they're blaming this Islamic group.
There's another group that
some third mysterious group that popped up out of nowhere.
Another terrorist group, another group in that area.
So it kills over 500 people. It didn't hit the hospital, it hit the parking lot. But the people were in the parking lot because that's where they was going. Because they look, this I told you, didn't I say days ago to pray? Because I said that it's nobody's
peace
there's no one good person on it. On you can't point your finger and say, "Oh, I'm on this person's side" or "I'm on this person's side." It's all you got to be in the back, open minded, and praying that there be peace and that a lot of innocent bloodshed is not taken, and that this doesn't spark World War III. That everybody don't get involved. So Biden goes over there today, and this is the part about Biden. This is why I told you I don't like Biden.
I'm gonna give good reasons why he did.
Right? No. I'm saying no.
Give your reason.
No. I understand them being our allies. We talked about this offline. I said because they're one of the few places in the Middle East that will not harbor terrorists. And they don't allow these little terrorist groups to pop up everywhere.
Or even mention them.
Right. So that's why you're going to always have people like America and Canada and Germany and all these other countries that's together are going to support Israel because they don't harbor these type
their purpose, their goal, mission.
Now, does that mean Israel is nice and sweet and wholesome and everything? In my opinion, no.
Right.
It just means that they align with what we think as far as democracy and not having terrorist groups and things like that, more than in a lot of other countries in Middle East. So for that's why I see everybody putting backing behind Israel. Now, before you give your thing, because you said you saw Rachel Maddow on The View talk about
she was
this.
On the
okay.
View.
One thing I did say is, for me personally, I didn't see a reason for them to bomb the hospital because it makes them more of an enemy in the Middle East.
Okay.
Because of that, all these other countries are upset.
Yeah.
And they want to come after Israel because they don't like that. You don't bomb innocent people, especially at a hospital. So you already not giving them food and water and all this other stuff, and then you're going to do all that. So that makes you look like a monster.
If that happened.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
So it would make sense for another group to do it, to turn the tides.
Yes, to make it rough and
right. So people
won't
be concentrating on what Hamas did and concentrating on what Israel is doing. So that makes sense. But to me, it wouldn't have made sense for them to do it. Now, does that mean they didn't? We don't know. We got to do investigation. We got to find out if they did. That's even worse than Putin. Putin even went on and said, I wouldn't even done that.
I know one of the things
that's evil.
One of the things that Rachel Maddow, is that how you say her last name? Maddow.
Rachel Maddow.
Cool speaker. I like hearing from her every now and then. She makes some good points. She was on The View and they all came at her with these different things going on. One of the things that hit on what you just said, I'm gonna lose. Because they had put it out there for Biden. The fact that he went over there,
that's why I was going to say.
She gave good reasons why you didn't like Biden for whatever. But I do like his stance that he took because most of the time a president does not go into a war zone or what's going on with another country that's having a war.
I'm going to give you the background on that, but go ahead.
But I'm just saying, she was pretty much saying the president's going into a war zone. You worry about the physical safety right away. You do.
Right.
Any of our leaders going anywhere that's having craziness. Why does the president go? She was saying to shake things that could have otherwise happened, to make things happen, maybe his presence there. Maybe other people are looking at things and going, oh, he over there. So maybe they mean stay serious or whatever. She said, hopefully the government lays the groundwork before he goes, so there's some breakthrough to announce for some reason to show his purpose of being there. One of the things that she was happy about, praise God, she says, take one blessing at a time when you're involved in this craziness, because you're in between two situations. The fact that Israel was attacked by a terrorist group, Hamas, and the Palestinians that are hurting, the people, the innocent people there that are hungry and going through some things, especially after this bombing on the hospital. She says she's glad that a breakthrough came from Israel saying it, because she was saying we do have a relationship with them. So they came out and said Egypt now is opening the floodgates for them to receive aid and whatever is needed. So we hope and pray that that's true and that it's happening, and that people with their little cameras always showing us stuff, that we see that happening, because they always want to show us the bad,
right?
The blow
we
up.
We should be seeing it in the first place. It's a war.
I know, but this is social media time.
I know. That's what's so stupid.
Oh my God, think about social media when the Holocaust was going on.
Think about social media.
Oh my God, our hearts would be like,
think about social media when we was in Vietnam, blowing up villages.
But one of the things that she said, Sonny's question was along the lines of the polls that's been going out. A lot of the young people in this country, kind of like what you're saying, they didn't want America to step in. Just kind of like what you're saying, because we don't really know. There's things on Israel's side they're doing maybe wrong. There's things on the Palestinian side that's going wrong. So we let's just stand back and pray. Okay, Lord, we can't go wrong praying until God gives us clarity, direction, because God could be judging in this. He could be doing a lot of things in this and letting things happen for a purpose, for a reason. Yeah, he still got Israel in his hands and anybody in his hands, because his son died for the world.
Right.
So we talked about that earlier. Jesus died for everybody. So
everybody.
We're praying for everybody.
Right.
People be fed, people, whatever. And one of the things that she was saying, in the past, when we had that September 11th terrorist attack and other things that have happened, America, we want to step back sometime and not jump in all the time. Hey, let's help. Let's do this. Wait it out. Let's see what's going on. And a lot of the young Americans over here are thinking that. They're doing their little protesting, and Palestinians are doing their protesting. And she was saying, but she's seeing more and more Americans are stepping up with Biden, if it's true, that we're aiding those who are hurting in Gaza, as well as what's going on with Israel. So we're trying to balance helping both situations. Right. And that's a struggle.
The bottom line is, when Biden went over there and he made a comment about the hospital bombing, he should have never said, Israel, you didn't have anything to do with it. The words that came out of his mouth was that. And they said they never told him to say that. He should, again, he talks too much. I mentioned some before when I said he gave up something. Oh, McCarthy said that he met with McCarthy. He's the reason why McCarthy got booted, because the Republicans didn't know that he met with him. And then they was like, what? You having secret meetings with the president? Oh, get out of here. So he talks too much. He gets old and he goes off script. Just like comb over is a nut job. So I don't think Biden is a nut job like comb over. I just think he's old.
Wisdom sometimes.
He's old. He says too much. You don't know if Israel don't have anything to do with it. So you should have never, in my opinion, he should have never addressed it in the first place. He should have addressed the humanitarian part, which is what you said, which is, I'm glad that Egypt is opening up and Israel is allowing food and water to come into Gaza. My thing is, Israel dropped pamphlets from the sky telling everybody to go to the south. Remember, they said clear out of the north. Well, the people go to the south, they start bombing the south. The people are like, one lady was like, what do you tell us to go to the south? We go to the south. Then you bomb the south?
That was one of the things that Rachel was saying. When word gets out, social media, news media, with the plans of the person, do you not know there's enemies all around that hears it?
Yes.
Oh, you want to send them to the South.
Right.
Oh, we going to set something out there for them to be hurt.
Well, it's not it's the Israelis.
Well, whoever, and they may not even
they did bomb. No, they did bomb.
No, I'm saying it with the hospital.
The hospital's different.
Right. The hospital is pretty much a hint.
I'm talking about bombing South
Gaza.
Gaza.
Telling them to go south.
Telling them to go south.
So aside from that, though, what she did say about the hospital thing, and not even the hospital thing, they did have plans to meet with the Palestinian leader.
That's what I'm saying.
All those leaders, they all pulled back.
For peace, because of the bombing of the hospital.
They pulled back.
That's what I'm saying.
We ain't mean with y'all.
That's the only reason.
And that hurt them.
Right. That's the only reason why I believe they didn't have anything to do with it. I don't know. Yeah. It just would, if they did, they stupid. Because to me, why would you invite every other country over there to attack you? Mm-hmm. That's stupid.
And it could.
But again, we don't know. We gotta make sure.
And here's your point as well. We know from man in general in this world, you can have a group in front of you, peaceful, speaking peace, trying to show peace being peace, and how they react. There's always a part of that group that's the extreme.
Right.
Who's to say there's a group of Israel that's extreme?
Well, that's what they said.
That's extreme. Causing mess, hurting Palestinians, doing little things.
Well, here's the thing.
And aiding.
Right.
Because they said, I remember when Rachel being on the show, and I didn't know about this. Her book talks about fascism and all of that. And our country is dealing with it, and we're repeating some of the things. And she talked about the senator leader or whoever it was in South Carolina or North Carolina. Read her book. Read what she said. When after the Holocaust, the Jews had to flee. They had to go wherever they can be safe, and some of them wanted to come over to our country. He mentioned, "I will build a wall to keep them from coming over." Who talks about the wall? Listen how things are repeated. Even Trump probably heard him say that and said that's why he's thinking, let me build a wall to keep people out. But she was saying we have to be careful how we, like you're saying, come at something and use wisdom.
America needs to, in my opinion, you can support somebody without going all ho-he and all that on them. Yeah. And right now it appears to the world that we all hee-haw and smiling and all this with Israel. You can be like, okay, we got you with the not allowing terrorists and stuff, but we don't support everything that you're doing, and we watching you closely. That's what we need to be doing. We need to be doing a strong arm saying, yeah, all right, okay, you're an ally, but if we think for a second you doing stuff, we watching you, and we don't like some of the stuff. Mm-hmm. We need to start being a little bit more vocal at that. And my opinion is that if you don't, that's why people be allowed to go up. Now, in the beginning, everybody was like, we got it. It was raw. They had come over your border and messed up your people. And so we understood that. But now, come on. It's starting to get ridiculous now. So I'm just saying we need to be, I said this on every show and I'll continue to say it. We need to pray for peace in the Middle East. We need to pray that God intervenes. We need to pray that the devil doesn't use this as a way to destroy the world and to create another World War III. Because if you don't think this is going to fall back on us, it will. It always does.
And then, too, like you're saying, be careful how we speak publicly, because you're going into some other stories about how money talks as well.
Right.
And if you don't verbally say something and how you take a stand on things.
But Biden didn't know. And then when they asked him...
I'm saying about the people you're going to also talk about as well.
But when the reporters asked, where did you get that from? He said from us. So then the reporters went and asked the Pentagon. And you know what the Pentagon said? Go ask the White House. They playing monkey with everybody. Go ask the Pentagon. And then when the Pentagon when they go ask the Pentagon says, go ask the White House.
So should we really be mad we can't always go and jump and be mad at Biden.
Don't say nothing. You don't know.
No, I'm just saying, if somebody comes with the word to say, hey, President Biden.
Don't say nothing. He said he wasn't supposed to say nothing.
Oh, okay.
Don't say anything. Oh, man. Just be quiet and quit running your mouth.
I know. But he would have.
You don't always have to answer everything somebody says.
You know what? In spite of,
all right, whatever.
In spite of, I get it.
All right.
Joy said, "I'd rather have him there than Trump."
Come on, you talking about?
I know. She just said that on The View.
That's
she
ridiculous.
Said, he's doing what he can. He's doing great things. He's messing up some here and there.
But they said,
think about Trump being.
But they said when he said that made other countries, Muslim countries, matter. So all I'm saying is sometimes just don't say nothing. Just say we're trying to gather evidence. We're trying to figure it out.
Too late for that.
Even say I hope they didn't. I would believe that my brothers wouldn't have anything to do with that.
Right.
They said they didn't. I would hope to believe that they telling the truth. But don't say equivocally you know for a fact they didn't when you don't. All right. Emerald says, what are your thoughts about America policing the world? Again, I've always said we need to fix what's going on in this country first. We got too many issues going on here for us to be always in everybody else's business. That's why everybody always says America's nosy. You're always in everybody's business. I think
too, we have to, that's a very delicate line, because whoever asked that, Emerald, think about the different nationalities that's in this country, even Ukrainians. There's Russians that live here. We really got to use wisdom with foreign affairs, because if anything happens, let's just say for sake of argument, South Korea. Right. What happens? Well, we just sit back and go.
She didn't say aid. She said police.
That's what I'm saying. Okay. What if we?
You can give aid to the world.
I didn't say aid. She said policing.
Yeah, I don't like
policing means looking.
That's my opinion.
What you need, South Korean man?
No, that's not policing.
What is policing?
Policing, when you police something, that means that you have kind of a stronghold over. It's like if we become a police state, that means that we interfere with their laws, with the way that they do things, with the way that they control things.
I don't think we're doing that.
We are doing that. We did it in Iran until they ran us out.
I don't think we're policing the world.
We are. There's a lot of countries that we are.
Policing certain countries, but
that's
not
what
the world.
That's what she's talking about.
Oh, okay.
All right, whatever.
If we do that to the world, then we.
Well, she's saying around the world.
If we do it where we need to do it, we wouldn't have problems.
How about doing it here in this country,
in North Korea? That's where we need to police.
All right. She says, and send aid to countries in wartime when we have millions of our own without quality water and food. I agree. Everything you said, I agree. That's what I just
think about. This is both sides to it. If we hadn't policed the situation in Germany, how many Jews with lives that would not have died?
Let's answer that.
That's a good one to think about.
No.
We didn't police at all because we didn't know.
That's what I'm saying. Let's answer
now
that.
We got a base in Germany.
Right. Let's answer that.
Watch.
We don't want
no more Germans rising up and killing people like that. I don't know.
There's a difference between, and I've said this 100 times, between turning a blind eye to something and jumping in and putting your nose in it.
So how should you handle it then?
Like I said, you can watch somebody, an ally. They allowed Hitler to do that. That was ridiculous.
I don't think they knew though, right?
Yes, they did. We didn't jump into it. They kept begging us to jump in.
Presence in Germany, right?
No, you saying back in the never mind. I don't want to go down this road.
No, I'm saying, do you think because we didn't have presence in Germany like we do now? We didn't turn a blind eye, did we?
Yes, we didn't do anything. We knew what Hitler was doing. He came to the Olympics, for God's sakes. We knew what he was doing, and we didn't do anything about it. That's different.
So
that's going extreme.
Okay.
That's when you start to see it. Right. That's what I'm saying.
That's when we start policing.
That's when
or get involved.
Yes, not policing,
so
but get involved.
Policing is not the word we should use then.
Yeah.
Our involvement still needs to be delicate.
It needs to be like the United Nations, what we have now, where everybody kind of checking each other. What you doing? Yeah. What you got going over there?
Well, we got our ally, one of our enemies that's trying to hurt us.
Yeah, no.
Oh, what's going on there?
And that's why they said Putin, they called him a war criminal, the United Nations, because they didn't like what he was doing in Ukraine. All the countries, not just us. Okay. When it's all the countries, I'm fine with it because nobody's going, look at America again.
They always trying to judge.
I like when it's everybody. We all saying you a bully. So that's what I'm saying.
Are we all aiding to the Ukraine thing? Like Nikki Haley said?
Yeah, because because Putin is a war criminal. They don't want him taking over now.
Okay.
Emerald says we are even showing support for Taiwan against China. That's what I'm saying. So you don't think China, who pretty much owns our country, everything that's in it, you don't think they're going to turn around and go, what are you doing? You don't have nothing to do with this.
So I guess we're Big Brother watching.
Big Brother, always. When our own house is in array. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So
Big Brother ain't watching the border.
That's what I'm. Now you understand what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. You get it now.
Because I thought
we got freaking fences with thousands of people coming over.
Here's the thing too that contradicts us or being hypocrites. Big Brother's watching other countries and talking to them and being stern if we can. Why can't you do that with these countries that's coming over here as migrants?
Thank you.
Venezuela, sit him down and say, man, you need to get yourself together.
Say, wait a minute.
So these people, your people won't leave your
country. Why do I
country?
have hundreds of thousands of people coming from your country?
We got bold in Panama.
Yeah, what's going on here?
You said they were scared of our soldiers walking down the street. Why can't we do that in Mexico? Why can't we do that in Venezuela or Haiti?
Yeah.
So go ahead. Good question.
Why I got thousands of people coming over here? That's when you start saying, okay, hold on for a second. What's going on over here? You don't have thousands of Israeli people coming over here in boats and stuff. So what we doing here?
And it could be on pure motives too, while we're policing certain people.
Well, people are saying it's because you got something in it.
But you got what we need. We got to watch
now.
This.
Nikki Haley. Another reason why I like Nikki Haley.
Mm-hmm. She's building points, you guys, for her running.
I told y'all I'm not Democrat or Republican.
Right.
I'm neither one of them.
Yeah, she's trying to get out there.
Both offices to me are both parties to me are ridiculous. But I like